Hey folks, it's me Roger back with, one of these things. Yeah, back quickly. I've got a gig tonight. That doesn't happen very often, and so I'm kind of burning off some nervous energy here and thought I'd come on and make a video because I have more records to show from before the Birmingham Record Show, and I have what I'm going to call not exactly VCLT. Now, for those of you who don't know, VCLT stands for Vinyl Community Love Train. I don't know who originally came up with that term, but it's pretty great. And it's about people in the VC sending each other records for no reason except the love train. So, playing in the background is this Gianmarco Liguori's Duga 3. And you're thinking, that again? And wait a minute, wasn't your copy green? Yes, I have two, and there's a story there. When I showed this and raved about it and played it in the background, and I implored all of you watching to go to the link that I put down below and get a copy, because it really is one of the best records I've heard in a long time. I love it so much. Well, I guess you folks listened to me. Not long after I made that video, I got an email from Gianmarco Liguori, all the way over in New Zealand, saying, a friend of mine, pointed out this video that you made, and boy, you've been keeping me busy. Now, I'm not sure if this is sold out yet. If it's not, it's got to be close to being sold out. So good. So I've been corresponding with Gianmarco. It's really nice, and he sent me some records. I can't even believe it, all the way from New Zealand. Now his label, Sarang Bang Records, is the label that put this out, and they've started this archive series. The first volume is Bernie McGann, 1966. Modern Jazz at the Wayside Chapel, with Kim Peterson, who also plays on the Duga 3 record. So this is, Australasian jazz, I guess, from the 60s. Bernie McGann on alto saxophone, Kim Peterson on trumpet, Bobby Gebert on piano on side A, Andy Brown on bass, and George Niedorf on drums. Sorry, these names are unfamiliar to me except for Kim Peterson. And so this is really interesting. Kind of, they're archival recordings, so a little rough. All mono, I believe. But it sounds pretty good, and it's pretty kickin' Ornette influence. Not quite free jazz. Really excellent, and really nicely packaged. Nice insert, gives you some idea of the Australasian jazz avant-garde. Really cool, really interesting, and the other side of the world, not anything I was familiar with, and really excellent, and really it makes me want to go there. So yeah, tremendous. Thank you so much, Gianmarco, if you're watching. He also sent me this beautiful double LP that I was really thinking of buying. It's called The Way In Is the Way Out, the music of Murray McNabb. Double LP with this nice, not an OB, it goes along the spine here, but really nice touch, nice beautiful gatefold, wonderful music. Now Murray McNabb, yes, keyboard player who also plays on the Duga 3 record, which made me interested, and there's an outtake from those sessions on here. I haven't really been able to absorb this all the way. It's what an interesting guy, what a great player, but wow, just wide angle vision of like what he's doing with music. There's there's this great big band sort of arrangement of Mr. Gone, a Weather Report tune. That's I guess it's not. Yeah, it's a big band. And then there's some sort of post-bop stuff. The second disc focuses on his later solo stuff, which is more electronic and kind of more up my alley, but it's all excellent, excellent stuff. Compiled by Gianmarco Liguori from Murray McNabb's archives. Murray McNabb passed away not long after the Duga 3 album, I guess. Really fantastic. Thank you so much, Gianmarco. I'm blown away. So, getting back to the Duga 3 record and why I have 2 copies. You know, I noticed some folks like on Facebook that, you know, I knew people were, and according to Gianmarco, he was moving records. So now this copy arrived with kind of a pretty brutal scratch on the beginning of the second side. That it played, doesn't skip, but it went like. It's a beautiful, quiet tune. I'm like, you know, I'd really like to have a nice copy of this, and so I ordered another copy with a little note saying, "Hi, Gianmarco," you know, told him what was up with this and that, you know, I loved it so much I wanted another copy. And he's like, "Oh no, no." He immediately refunded my money and said, "No, you know, I paid postage." And so he sent me this. Now, another indication that this may be out of print is that this is a test pressing. One of 5 test pressings. He sent me a little note, a card. It says, "Hi Roger, I'm sending you one of my test pressings. I hope you don't mind one of these instead." There's only 5 copies, Gianmarco. Aside from my record, I have no test pressings in my collection, and this is just really so cool because, I mean, like I keep saying, it's one of the best records I've heard in a really long time. I love it, I love it, I love it. And I'm going to put another link below, and if it's sold out, it's sold out, but you know, check out the download. It sounds fantastic. I mean, it's the music that counts, right? Now, so that was so nice of him that he refunded my money and wouldn't let me buy another copy. I decided, well, okay, you know, he's got some CDs for sale on his label, so. And these just arrived today. And although I've listened to some of the downloads, I haven't totally absorbed this. I really did like this one a lot. This Ancient Flight Text, musical directions by Gianmarco Liguori with Murray McNabb and Kim Peterson. So same lineup as Duga 3. And this is from like 2009, I think. Yeah. Moving in the direction of Duga 3. I mean, yeah, this is really good, but it's just like a taste of where it's going to go. And some of their earlier stuff with similar lineup. I mean, Murray McNabb, Kim Peterson were, I guess, his longtime cohorts, although I guess much older than him. Here's Stolen Paintings. Musical directions by Gianmarco Liguori. Whoa. Jewel boxes, I can't stand them. Right? Alright, so yeah. Stolen Paintings. This is a little bit earlier, I believe. Yeah, 2006. Need to listen to this a little more. I mean, there's definitely a progression happening from this to this, and then something really extraordinary happens right here. I mean, this terrific. Turn it up a little bit. All right, so yeah, and also he has some Murray McNabb stuff. This is really excellent. The Murray McNabb group. Every Day is a Beautiful Day. He's playing Fender Rhodes and chord Poly 6 with some drums and guitar, and really unique electronic, not quite jazz, not quite ambient, really its own thing. Really, really great. Really neat to have this on vinyl. But you know, this sounds great, excellent. And also another Murray McNabb project, Band R. The End is the Beginning. This is from back in 2000. I listened to some of this online. I haven't really checked. You know, these just arrived today. I haven't really checked them out, but yeah, this is really pretty interesting. And again, Murray McNabb in a electronic sort of setting, really cool. And Gianmarco being such a great guy, and I guess my friend, pen pal. Anyway, he sent me this. Murray McNabb with Ron McClure and Adam Nussbaum, a song for the Dream Reaver. This is from 1990. Adam Nussbaum, drummer, I know that name. So piano, bass, and drums. I've not listened to this, but I assume it's going to be, you know, acoustic, of course, and maybe a little more straight ahead. But all the compositions are by Murray McNabb, so I'm sure it's going to be interesting. Thank you so much, Gianmarco. Really cool. There's a few things I don't have on the label that I'm going to get on it, and I'm going to put a link to the label and to Gianmarco's Bandcamp, both of those. Check them out. Cheers. It's really kind of gratifying to know that, I don't know, people watch my channel, and you know, I sold some records for this guy. That's pretty cool. Now, this has been around since 2011. If it's not sold out by now, it will be soon. Right, folks? Alright. So this is not exactly VCLT, but my friend Keith Krisa, who, if you watched my studio tour video, I talked a bit about Keith, gave me that Yola Tango poster with the flaming head back there. He's my Grateful Dead touring buddy for years and years. Anyway, kind of reconnected with Keith recently. In fact, the day I made that video, I got a text from him. I hadn't heard from him in a long time. And, so anyway, hey Keith, I guess he watches my channel. Good to see you. Anyway, Keith is a really remarkable photographer. Always has been, and he has his own way of doing things, and he does his own printing, and he's an artist. He really is. And finally, the world's catching up with him. He's got a gallery, I think. I keep asking for I guess I could look it up. He has a gallery in Provincetown, Massachusetts that shows his work. And I guess Thalia Zedek, Boston luminary. She was in Dangerous Birds and Uzi. Great band. Then she went on to move to New York and was in Live Skull at the end of their tenure. Then she came back, was in Come for a while, and now she's kind of a solo artist. Anyway, Thalia Zedek saw his work and wanted it for her new album, and so I'm going to take this out of the sleeve. Pardon the ripping sound. I know it's horrible, but I want you to be able to see Keith's photograph there. It's really cool. So the name of the album is Eve. I think it just came out last week. I was able to get this a little bit sooner because Keith sent it to me. It's really nice. And he got Thalia Zedek to sign it for me. That's pretty cool. And there's another photograph of Keith on the inner sleeve. That's really nice. So yeah, Thalia Zedek. I hadn't really kept up with her after Come, and she's kind of, well, she's mellowed with age. I mean, she's even older than me, I think. She's had kind of a rough life at times, and so you know, this isn't Uzi or Dangerous Birds. This is more like, you know, Patti Smith kind of punk rock kind of singer-songwritery thing. Really beautiful. Her voice, you know, is really aged well and is full of emotion and gorgeous. The music lives up to Keith's photography, I think. Thank you so much, Keith, for sending this to me and having Thalia sign it for me. That's very, very cool. I hope you do more record albums. It looks fantastic. Alright, God, I'm 15 minutes in. Maybe I should just stop. Are you still with me? Like I said, I have some nervous energy I'm burning off. So here's a 7-inch I picked up yesterday. Uncle Acid, Pusha Man. Track from their latest album. It's not a cover of the Curtis Mayfield song. It'd be interesting to hear them do that. Cool picture sleeve. Purple vinyl. What can I say? I'm a sucker for picture sleeves. What can I say? The new Riley Walker. Golden Sings That Have Been Sung. Alright. This is the 2LP colored vinyl version of it. The second LP has a 40-minute long version of the song Sullen Mind. That is really quite mind-blowing. It's a beautiful album. It's even more, it's better produced than Primrose Green, which I loved. This is just more of that, you know, folk rock goodness that, you know, touches all the bases. Tim Buckley and Nick Drake and John Mayer and all kinds of things. But this 40-minute long version of Sullen Mind did not do what I was expecting it to. It's not quite like their Dark Star or something, but it's, you know, he's playing with all these Chicago jazz dudes, and so they basically just improvise. It gets pretty out. And as I recall, I only listened to it once, but as I recall, like, he kind of just does the song at the end. Like, it's really kind of just a big improvisation that evolves into the song. It's really cool, really. I think it's from a radio session. Don't know how limited this is. It didn't disappear quite as quickly as Primrose Green. So it's on Dead Oceans. Yeah, Riley Walker. Alright, also picked these up yesterday. I listened to them all last night and they're terrific. Reissues, you know, originals would be so pricey. Brother Oz, 3 reissues of Brother Oz records. Brother Oz, Robert Northern. You see his name, Robert Northern. Played with Sun Ra in the 60s into the 70s a bit, and with Max Roach. And Max Roach is on this record, originally on Strata East. Sound Awareness is the name of the album. And this is a reissue that just came out on Manufactured Recordings out of Brooklyn. It was not expensive. These are not expensive, and they reproduced the original labels and the jackets and everything. It's pretty. They did a really nice job with it. And so, what is it? It's, you know, spiritual free jazz stuff. This is my favorite of the 3. The first one, very much in a spacey Sun Ra realm here. Really, really excellent. And Strata East, you would expect, you know. And then he kind of formed his own label. This is Move Ever Onward. Originally from, what, 75, I believe? So kind of private press. There's some singing on here that takes a little getting used to. But once you kind of accept it for what it is, it's terrific. It's just Eastern inflected spiritual free jazz with some soulful vocals, and really happy to have that. And then this was originally out in 1983. Key to Nowhere, Brother Ah and the Sounds of Awareness. Yeah, also on his own Divine Recordings originally. Yeah, I looked these up on Discogs. Hundreds of dollars. So, you know, this is a case where I'm perfectly happy to have the reissue. They sound great, really fantastic. Highly recommended to you know, spiritual jazz fans, whatever that is. What jazz isn't spiritual? Yes, water. Gotta stay sober. All right, here's a really cool compilation that I'd seen at Grammys for a while, and then someone in Facebook showed it, and it got some nice comments. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. Francis Bebe, African electronic music, 1975 to 1982. On Born Bad Records out of France, 2 LPs. That cover is actually from an original African pressing. This is awesome. This is great. You know, similar sonically, maybe not stylistically, but sonically to the William Onyeabor stuff, because there's synthesizers, lots of synthesizers, and yeah, highly recommended. Great fun. As great as that cover. Here's a Record Store Day thing that I've been sitting around in Grammys forever, and I decided to go ahead and get it. I think James Buttery has an original of this. It's the Dunedin Double with the Chills, Sneaky Feelings, Stones, and Verlaines. Like the first Flying Nun EPs assembled onto a double album, and then this is a Record Store Day reissue from 2014, something like that. On Captured Tracks, sorry. Yeah, originally from 1982. This reissue, yeah, really cool to have. Captured Tracks pressings are not always the best, but I can forget ever having an original. Alright, here's a pretty cool thing on, I guess it's Revenge International. Bread Woman. What is this? Anna Holmler and Steve Moshier. Bread Woman and Other Tales. I can remember Andreas Sonic Mainliner showing this some time ago. I have some other things on Revenge International which I really like a lot. Really neat compilations. This is hard to describe. 80s electronic music with some very strange vocals, and she created this whole sort of performance art thing of the Bread Woman, and invented language. This is a trip, but really, it's accessible. It's not super weird or anything. It's just only when you think about it, I guess. I don't know. All right, one last new record, Graves at Sea. The Curse That Is on Relapse. This came out recently. Metal. Yeah, so this band, I guess, has been around for a long time, but this is actually their very first full-length LP, and boy, what a monster this is. Double LP. Death metal, melodic death metal, I don't know what you call this stuff. I can never really keep track of all those subgenres and stuff, but this is right up my alley. I mean, because it's very musical, you know, as well as being aggressive and heavy and all that stuff. What can I say? I do love me the metal. All right, 23 minutes, not bad. I have a few used things, some pre-loved antiques. The Crazy World of Arthur Brown. This is an original UK pressing on track in really beautiful condition. This record is not totally my thing, although it's pretty psychedelic. 1967, I think. But a beautiful original UK pressing I could not pass by. And it is a grimy, so a really good price. Pretty cool. My side collection is patchy. Here's something I found in another store, cheap. And I don't have a lot of Vangelis stuff, but took a chance on this UK Virgin, UK RCA. Copy of Boborg from 1978. Yeah, I have another Vangelis record, and I got one at the record show, which is really good. This So I wasn't sure what to expect here. And this is terrific. This is like just the kind of bleak, blork, weird mood synthesizer stuff, space out that I'm looking for in an electronic record. And I saw some domestic copies at the record show, and this has kind of a much more interesting gatefold cover. Yeah, pretty cool. Just a couple more here. This is something that had been sitting at Greatscape for the longest time, and I'm like, you know, it looks a little rough, but maybe I can salvage it. And yeah, I did. Freeform by the Joe Harriott Quintet on Jazzland from, I'm not really sure, in the late 50s, early 60s maybe? Not totally sure. So, Joe Harriott was from Jamaica but lived in London, and so it's Joe Harriott, Shake Keane on trumpet and flugelhorn, Pat Smythe on piano, and Coleridge Good on bass, Phil Seaman on drums. Yeah, I don't recognize any of these players, and it's not quite free jazz in the way you might think of free jazz, but it's pretty free in like a cool jazz Lenny Tristano kind of bag, although maybe not that cool, maybe a little hotter than that. Really nice mono copy on Jazzland. A little beat, but I'm happy with the way it sounds. Hit that mono switch, takes care of a lot of evils. Alright, one last record again that had been sitting around at the store forever, and I just, you know. Lonnie Smith, Keep on Lovin'. Not Lonnie Liston Smith, Lonnie Smith. This is a white label promo on Groove Merchant from 1976. It's kind of gatefold. That other one with the red cover, I can't remember now what it's called. I really like that record. This is moving in a more disco-y direction at times. I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's like the choruses will be real funky, and then they'll go to this bridge that's just four on the floor disco cheese. That's, yeah, I don't know. I grew up in the era, so I can't really complain. Yeah, for a few bucks, white label promo. Right on. All right, folks, that's it. Under half an hour. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you again, Gianmarco, for the friendship, the records, the CD, and the music more than anything, and really terrific. I'm really sorry about Marie McNabb's passing away. And Keith, thank you so much for sending me that Thalia Zedek record, and keep going with your photography. I hope to see more soon. All right, I'm gonna pack up my stuff and get ready for this gig, and I'll see y'all soon. Take care.